Hey, what's up, guys? Salazar here. Let's talk about the Cartethia's weapon and build today. She's coming out tomorrow from when I'm recording this video. When you see this video, she might already be out. If you are looking for a guide on what you need to build and stuff, so let's get right into it on everything you need to know. So let's go here and take a look at the weapon first, and then we'll talk about alternatives and stuff. We'll also take a look at the set. I already covered her kit in my earlier video. You can go check that out if you want. So let's talk about the weapons. Yeah, so here is the weapon. If you see here, it has a whopping 412 basic attack. That's crazy. 412 is like really low. So if we take, for example, the normal swords have like 580. This one is 580. Other sword character like Camellia has like 587. What else sword do we have? We have this sword. It has like 587 as well. The free sword. Okay, I don't have it maxed out. But yeah. So that's that. 412 is like really low, simple like 1. And HP, the second stat is HP. Instead of any crit or anything, second stat is HP. 72.2% is a crazy number. Do keep in mind, Cartethyia is an HP scaler. That's why the HP would be very helpful. So yeah. And after that, let's take a look at the effect as well. So the effect right here is so rank 1, it will be max HP is increased by 12%, and 15 seconds after casting intro skill or basic attacks, ignores 8% of target's defense while dealing damage. If the target has at least one stack of arrow erosion, the target's damage taken is amplified by 20%. So from the get-go, we get 12% extra more HP. I think it wasn't needed, this extra more HP. I think if they gave this instead of crit, like if they gave crit instead of this 12% HP, it would have been a lot better. But it is what it is. Or damage percent, like damage bonus. It doesn't have damage bonus a lot from her hit. So we'll talk about the sets later as well. She doesn't get any damage bonus from other external stuff. She does have some internal stuff, though we'll talk about that too. So here 12% HP, 8% defense ignore, and 20% damage amplification on one stack of arrow erosion enemies. So that's pretty doable. You can pretty much have 100% uptime on the last buff as well. There's no issue on that. So looking at this, this looks like a really good weapon, but the problem relies on this main stat. So the main stat is only HP. So most of the characters in the game, most of the 5 stars here, all of them, okay, not this one, my bad, sorry. All of the characters, like the sword characters, uses attack stat. None of them use HP. I think Cartethyia is the first one that uses HP. Yeah, of course he is the first one, and the others don't use HP. So she doesn't really have a lot of options, and others can't use her weapon. So which makes this weapon really niche. So keep that in mind before pulling for this. You won't be able to use this on other characters basically at all. No one can basically use it. It has a lot of HP and a little bit of damage bonus, so that's about it. So yeah, it's only for her and her only. Yeah, that's about the weapon. If you want, if you are pulling for Cartethyia, this weapon is like really good, and it will be a lot ahead from the previous options. I think the second best option, as far as I can see, it's standard weapon. Other weapons don't even come close. The standard weapon has crit, and for statistics, it's the crit is pretty good, and on top of that you have some ER as well, so you can maybe have a little bit simpler to build. But yeah, we'll talk about the build a little bit later. So after that, let's talk about her sets. Before moving on to the sets, let's talk a little bit about the weapon though. So the weapon options that you get is like these 3: Camellia, Changli, this, and Brand. You also get Brand, and you don't really have a lot more options, and all of them I don't think are good at all. The best options you get, like the probably the Brand one and this one. The Brand one gives you like a 70% energy recharge. That's pretty good on her, but that has a lot of basic attacks as well, so you might benefit from that. This one is also good. And the 4-star swords don't really have any of them has HP. If any 3-star sword have HP, maybe you could use that. but I do recommend just pulling for the weapon straight up. It's that good. So yeah, keep that in mind. Not really very F2P friendly on the weapon part, because he is the first of a kind of this archetype of this HP scaling. So which is normal for this. So you're not really surprised on that. So let's talk about the sets first. So we already have two sets, two of the arrow sets. One is this one, which is like we use on Gian, and the other is this one, Gust of Vulcan, the latest set of 2.0, like 2.0 series. It has like inflicting arrow erosion upon enemies, increases arrow damage of all resonators in the team by 15%. For the resonator triggering this effect by additional 15% luster total. So okay, so this is not for Cartethyia, of course. See, this is like a support set, so you will use this on either arrow rover or ciaccona. So the new set that's coming out, this is the one that you will be using on Cartethyia. This one is 10% arrow damage, and hitting a target with arrow erosion increases crit rate by 10%. This is an extra. The Gian one has like only 30% arrow damage bonus on intro skill after you do intro skill for 15 seconds. But this one is 10% crit rate with 30% arrow damage bonus lasting for 10 seconds, which is pretty nice. And arrow erosion stacks will be very easy to maintain. Cartethyia herself from her short form, if you already know the kit and saw my video, she can do 3 of the arrow erosion stacks by herself very easily by normal swapping, and if you try hard you can basically get more, but 3 is very easy. Basically you get one for normal attack and 2 from the skill, so that's pretty much it. So arrow erosion stack will be very easy. You might as well play ciaccona on team if you have her, or you play arrow rover, of course, if you don't have ciaccona. So stacking this will be very easy. You will have 100% uptime of the buffs. So this will be her set. I don't really recommend any other set because the set is too good. It also gives 10% crit rate, which is pretty nice, which is huge. As for the main stats and substats, let's talk about that. That will be interesting. That will be the interesting part. So here, you will want to use this forecast. A new boss for this forecast for the other set. So for this set there will be another forecast boss, but I don't believe that will be her best in slot, because this one is from literally her boss. So this one is basically her best in slot if you want to like pre-farm or something, but you will need the other one as well. So I'm talking about the main part here, like the main slot here. So you might want to use this one. And so let's just rip up the band-aid here. So you will use 4-4-1-1-1, not the typical 4-3-3-1-1 which you use like arrow damage bonus and stuff. So you will not use that. So you will use 4 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost, 1 cost. So why is that the case? So if you see here, the 3 cost one has like attack flat stat and attack flash stat. Anything you do, it will have attack flash stat, all of them. But the 3 cost one has HP flat stat and a lot of HP flash stat on that. 2000 of the HP flash stat. That's pretty good, right? So you will use HP main stat, HP percent on top of the HP flat stat, which will give you a lot of HP, a lot of more damage, which is pretty nice. The 4 cost attack will be wasted. It does not scale with attack. So why not just get 1 cost for the HP flat stat, which will be more damage than the damage percent that you get from 2 of the 3-3. So yeah, you lose 4-4-1-1-1. So there will be another boss coming in tomorrow's update in the new set. You will have to get that one as well. So you may use 1 crit rate from this one maybe, or crit damage on this one and crit rate, or vice versa. So 4-4-1-1 is the way to go. New tacit mark will also come. You can farm that. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the set. A new fusion set is coming as well. I think this one is for Lupa, but we'll talk about Lupa in an upcoming future video when she releases or when her information comes out. So yeah, let me know what you will think, and if you are pulling for Cartethyia tomorrow. I don't really have a lot of pulls, but I am assuming I'll get more pulls in the update. So yeah, all the best to your pulls tomorrow, and hope you enjoyed the video and found this video helpful. If you have any other questions, comment down below. And with that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.